We are live. Howdy, everybody. I have no idea why I'm in the corner like that. I've never had that happen before. That's really fun. Okay, guess I'm in the corner now. That works, I guess, except it kind of blocks my face with my check-in link, which is pretty unfortunate. So let me go ahead and here, right? If I present, share screen, try to share, like, for example, my Xcode window or something. That's really, really weird. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pop the check-in link up on the bottom. I'm also going to go ahead and post it in the chat. And then we'll go ahead and get started in just a few short minutes. So howdy, everybody, and welcome to Global Hack Week. I'm Kari. I'm excited to be here. Let me try. That's really weird. I don't know why we're doing that. You know what? I guess we'll be blue. That's fine. I want the bubble layout, though. Show display name, show headlines, use the default theme font. Sure. I like the rounded camera, though. Why am I not getting the rounded camera? Ooh, hello. OMG, it's Kari from Major League Hacking. It is, and hello. I don't know why I'm stuck in the corner, which is really unfortunate, but I'm going to just go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to not worry about it. So, cool beans. We've got my lovely screen up here. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this guy. We don't need it right now. I'm going to go ahead and grab both of these. I want them both on here at the same time. Please and thank you. Amazing. All right. Hi. When does top 50 release? I am not sure. MLH top 50. Let's take a look. Should be, I think, should be, I don't know if it says on the website right now. I don't have more information than that. So probably will be a little bit of time until it happens, but I would reach out to the question link and they might have more of an insight. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. But honestly, good question. If you reach out to the emails that are included in their FAQ, that might be the most help. Anyway, I've gone ahead and pasted in the chat my check-in link. For some reason, it blocks my face when I do it. So it's also a banner on the bottom of the page. And then, as always, please go ahead and ask me any questions that you have in the chat. We're going to try to make this one somewhat interactive, relatively lively. I think it'd be really fun. So what we're going to do today is we're going to build out a lovely little application called Pet Plus. I've been thinking about building out this one for entirely selfish reasons. If you can hear somebody chewing in the background, that's my lovely brand new dog. His name is Todd. He's very cute. However, he's a little bit of, well, a lot if you've never had a pet before, which I haven't. And it's been nice to kind of get a chance to spend some time with him, but also figure out normal life. And so what we're going to be doing today is, well, pretty much just working through building out this fun little side project that I have planned for us together. So let me actually rename this because I'm not really named that. So it's 7/24, which is not helpful. And that's May, not July. And I was like, why did I go into stream plans for May? Because I mislabeled them. But here we are now. Awesome. So we're building a custom pet dashboard app. I've already made a basic blank GitHub repository for this project. I'm going to go ahead and share with you all really, really quickly. So for those of you who want to look at my repository while I work on this project, you can go ahead and find it right here under Pet Plus. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and paste it right in the chat. So for anybody who wants to follow along, this is your repository. I'm going to cover my face for 2 minutes, and then we'll call it a day from there. All right, then we've got our screen down here. And let's go ahead and continue on. So now we've got our, so to explain a little bit more, what we've got today to start is a blank Swift UI app. So we're going to be working with Swift today. And then we're going to just work on building out a simple pet dashboard app. The goal for these kind of next 2 series of streams is to build out an MVP. And then I've also taken a look and found some general design styles that I want to follow on Figma from the Mindy Project UI Kit. It's called Pet Care. It was done as a project by a bunch of students. So I've gone ahead and kind of used it to figure out my own plan and color scheme and all of those other things that we may need. So what we're going to do to start is just spend some time building out, and I need to minimize that, building out our initial version of the app. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and open this guy up. I'm going to try and maximize this window as much as I can. Perfect. And so when we start in the blank app here, right, we start with a content view. So let's go ahead and refresh here. This is a blank app that has Swift data and CloudKit included in it. So I already have an Apple developer account and everything else that we need to set up for here. This is just going to prepare the simulator, hopefully in a somewhat reasonable amount of time. And then we should be able to proceed with the rest of our app once we kind of take an initial look at it. As always, if you have any questions, chat is always open. I also love just hearing your comments and thoughts and anything else that you may have. So let's go ahead and open up the app and show you all a little bit of what it's about. So to start, right, we get a blank app. We can go ahead and add in items at given times. If we edit, we can go ahead and delete those items. And then all that we have is set up here some information on how this model works. So we have an info, right, for required download modes in order to connect to CloudKit, and final class item, which is what we store inside our app, and then the actual setup of the Pet Plus app here, and then the actual setup here for all the environments and permissions that we need. Hello, happy to see Blahaj is saying hi. Awesome. What I think we're going to do today also is go ahead and comment out a lot of these things because we're going to be removing them. So first thing we're going to do, and in here I'm going to add a nice little to-do comment, add structure for our DB and rename accordingly. And then I also want to do this in my content view. So luckily we have all the required permissions already. We're going to go ahead and comment out Swift data here. We're going to comment out the model context and the items. We're going to comment out the navigation split view. And pretty much anything that is not in the body right now. Okay, so we should just have an empty body. And then these functions down here, right, should just be able to proceed. Should be able to comment out this as well. And then I believe our app should theoretically run out of the box still. May need to check this stuff. So item.sub, okay. So what we'll do is comment out everything in here as well. So everything from the schema onwards, this gets a comment, and then the model container gets a comment as well. And now I believe that we have the preview done, right? But we have all the starter and the required boilerplate code, which is actually really powerful. So what I think I want to start with, right, is this is going to be our content view. Let's go ahead and keep this view as our kind of home view, right? But we are going to have to rename this guy. So we're going to go ahead and click here. I think it's, if you command click. refactor, rename. And I want to rename this file. We'll call it dashboard view to start. So let's make a dashboard view here. And then we're going to go ahead and press rename. And then it also renamed the file as well. So now we have dashboard view. And this will be kind of our home screen as we log in. Then what we're going to do is go ahead and create a new file. And I do think that I want to work through some layout first before we proceed into some of the other parts. So we're going to start with our login view here. And what we're also going to do is organize our app a little bit. So I want to add in some organization to the views or into the app. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new folder, right? How do I create a new folder? I need to just new folder for search control and advanced show and finder. I don't have to add package dependencies, open a tab. Why did I think there was like a much easier way to add in a folder? I'm missing it. New folder, there we go. I was just blind. There we go, new folder. And we're gonna call this folder views, and then folder dashboard view and login view are both going inside views. And then in here, let's go ahead and start working on our login view layout. I think that's a good place to start. So to start here, what I think I want to do is create our kind of login layout. So first, I have a color that I specifically want to use here. I don't turn off that mode. Perfect. Awesome. So I do have a color style. Let me see here. Yep. Can I see the colors? Okay, perfect. That's how I can grab it. Awesome. So what we're going to do now is let me figure out what font this is. This is 3212. This looks like, is this just enter? Or, let me see, style guide. Typography. This is Poppins. Okay, cool. So in here, let me go ahead and start off with my login view. So I'm going to start off with text here that says login to Pet Plus. And then what we're going to do is do .font, .custom, name, Poppins, and then size we'll do, Poppins, medium. And size we'll try 32. Let's go ahead and give this a refresh. Perfect. I'm not sure if this actually worked, if it actually changed the font outside of changing the size. Can't tell. I don't think it actually worked. So I might need to get Poppins medium from Google Fonts. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and add this in. So I want to do it in Latin. Perfect. Then I want to get the font, download all of it. And then let's see how to add font to Swift UI app. I kind of remember this, applying custom fonts to text. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go ahead and add in a new folder. I'm going to call it fonts. And then in the fonts folder here, I want to go ahead and add in a new file, which in this case, I believe I downloaded poppins.zip. I need to go ahead and trash all these other files. They're currently sitting here, so poppins.zip. Awesome, and then I'm gonna scroll up. Under poppins.zip, I have poppins medium.ttf. That's the one I want. Just in case though, I think I'm gonna grab all of these. So we have them, copy them, and then head into Xcode and paste these guys in. So for anyone who's curious, these fonts are from the Google Fonts library. So not the next steps, not selection. I just want specimen poppins. Perfect. So this is the specific font I am using. And then in theory, I now go to poppins medium, right? I should be able to, in login view, hopefully, if I press refresh, should see poppins medium. So let's just check poppins black, just to see if there's even a difference. I'm not seeing one, or italic. Let's check. So then, so identify the font files to include in the app bundle. So you go to info here, and I need to add in a new property here, right? I believe, and this is fonts provided by application. And then in here, I need to add in, and this should be an array, right, of, and in here, I need it to be, and then project fonts, right? I just need to, I think I should just be able to drag in. No, that didn't do that. So that should just be project. Our doesn't need to be the, so let me try use fonts poppins dash medium, please. Let me go ahead and see that. Now if I go back to my login view and I try poppins medium, I believe it should show up fine, but let's double check to confirm. That does not look like it's actually medium. So info, so let me change it, get it views here. So do fonts / poppins medium. And then let's go to login view and check on that. No, so identify the font file. Yeah, so I'm aware, right? So this is my font file. I can go ahead and open, not that, I want to open the menu, right? My file here. So full path, yes, I'm aware. Full path here, trust me. And then location relative to group, of course. Target membership. And then the app. Yes, I already have that as a target membership. And then in info.plist. So should I just be able to put poppins medium then instead of fonts? Go to dashboard view or login view and check. No, that's still not doing it. Let me try out of curiosity just moving the font into the same file here as these guys, right? So now trying it. See if that does it. No, it's for sure poppins medium. Okay, so I have an info section in my target. So in my target, general target, so I have an info section. No, GHW intro, there you go. So then that's it. Choose a new target. I don't know why this is so. I'm gonna do fonts / prompt medium, right? And then now if I go to the login view, right? Font custom. I'm still convinced that looks the same. Let me try it just to confirm. .font .system size 32. Just make sure I'm not going crazy. I'm not. Those are the same thing. So that means my custom font is in fact not working. But why in the world is it not working? I have all the things, right? Because I have this part. Let me check. What language are you using to develop this app? I'm new here. We're using Swift UI. Oh, does it need to be font.custom? That makes no sense. Font.custom, Poppins medium, size 32. And let me go ahead and that's its name, Poppins medium.ttf, right? So I should just be able to go on Poppins medium TTF. Right, Poppins medium, and then let me go to my info pila just in case. Go ahead and edit this, right? So this is Poppins medium. Maybe it just needs a .ttf extension. Go ahead and check on that. Oh, gee, the whole stick? My goodness. Come on. All right. That's confusing. You know what? Maybe let's revisit the custom font then, and we'll come back to that. Because clearly that's not working right now. So let me go ahead and in here. All right, so we'll start with that, and then I don't want to use. Yeah, I want to use Poppins medium for this. I'm pretty sure if I go to my screens. Right. Yep. So that's my. Oh no, that's bold. Yeah, and size 32. So it should be Poppins bold here. Right? Where'd you even go? Sorry, y'all. I'm watching my dog. He's under the table. So yeah, and then if I go in here now and I edit this, right, it should say Poppins bold. Now we're to log in. I don't think we'll still be able to see it, but we'll revisit it if we need to. So let me not worry too much about it. Yeah, clearly custom font is not working for now, so we'll just go ahead and revisit it. I'll have to figure out why that is. Google font not See, but now I don't want to give up. Swift UI app. Hey, Todd, no. Thank you. Okay, so it shouldn't include the fonts file. It should include the TPS. Entry in copy resource bundles under build settings of your target. Okay, go to Pet Plus, go to Target, go to under build settings, general. No, analysis, capabilities, inbox, band down, resource tags, info build settings. Okay. Then copy bundle. Copy bundle resources. Where should that be again? Under build settings of my target. I need to add a section. No. No, not a user-defined setting. No, delete it. Mm-hmm. Let me add a copy bundle resources section. Swift UI. Move it into build phases. Okay, no, they're all in here though. Okay, so now if I go to login view, it'll actually work. It's taking a while, which is promised. Yes, there we go. Awesome. Okay, we have custom font. That only took half an hour. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. All right, now I want to grab this color, and I have it right here. Custom. Grab it. It's F. So I want to change the color, right? So that's the foreground color. And then we'll do dot color, and then we'll do the color with the RGBs. So that is, if I go in here, I want this in RGB, please. That's 245 by 255. Then green is 146. Yeah. 146 divided by 255. And finally, blue is 69 divided by 255. Let's refresh here and see how this looks. I think it looks pretty solid. Awesome. So then we have our email, right? And then our password, text views, and then this will be logged in the text plus. And then below this, I want to add an image, and I want the system name, and then I want to browse the system image library, which I forget how to find on Xcode. I've been doing a lot of playgrounds work with my students, and now I can't seem to find anything on Xcode. I know, right? It finally worked. And then product, no, editor, no, navigate, find, no, product, no, debug, no, view, show library. Yes, I want the library. So then I want this guy. I want, yep. So I don't know if y'all can see. I don't think y'all can see my SF symbols library actually. So it's a view, or it's show library, right? Yeah. Look for pen. Yeah, I want to look for the paw print circle fill. That's the one I want. So paw print circle fill. And then what I want to do is change size of system. I'm just going to do my perfect. Do dot font, dot system, and then size, we'll try something like 200. I want it to be huge. Perfect, awesome. And then I also want to stick with foreground color being the same orange here. Perfect, awesome. So this allows me, right, to put a nice little logo on here. Cool, and then we're gonna go ahead and work on creating some text views, right? So we'll do in here, we can copy this text. And then we're gonna need to add in an info. We're definitely gonna need a Poppins. Poppins dash medium dot ttf, perfect. And then now when we go into login view, right, we want to do Poppins medium size 12. And then we don't want to stick with this color. I have the color in mind here, right? So it'd be 50, which is 199, 200, and 203. And now when we log in here, and then I definitely want to do dot alignment or dot frame alignment dot leading, please. Perfect. Let's give this guy a shot, see what happens. All right, so in here we will have, and then we need a max width be equal to dot infinity, and then align it to be dot leading. And then I want to change, and then I want to definitely give it some padding. And then I want to do an email. And I want to just do the padding on the leading. We'll do 20. All right, awesome. So then we have our email. Then we'll have our password. So we have our email. Then we will have our password after that. But first we will have 2 more views down here, right? So we'll have a text field to go here, and then a secure field to go down here. Excuse me. And then a secure field to go down here. Cool. What editor are you using is a VS Code. This is Xcode, to answer your question. And then in here, what I want to do is add border to text fields. Why? Perfect. So then text field in here, what I want to do is, first I'm going to go ahead and exit out here so I have a little bit more room to breathe, just so I'm not like going over everything every time I type. And then, so in here, right, I have email to my text field. I have in the text field of placeholder. No, I don't want that to be that. So then I want my text field to say text field and then text is $text. And then I want to give it, let's say padding 4 all around. I'll create a variable here. Say var email, be of type string for now to start, and then I want to do $email here to start. We'll replace this with actual logic eventually for like, can I do this with Python instead? I'm not familiar with Swift. I mean, you are welcome to try, but I know nothing about creating Python and UIs. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some padding.leading as well. Just make sure. Yep. And then let me do actually a padding.leading towards the end. We'll do .overlay. And then I want to do a rounded rectangle. Clicked on the wrong thing. We'll do corner radius of 14. And then dot stroke. And then not my style. I want to do color, or I want to do the orange. Right, perfect. And then line width will be 2. And then I will add some padding to either side. Now let me check how rounded the corners are on this guy. Pretty sure it's just corner radius of 8. And then I need the padding to go below this. Perfect. Yep. Okay, great. Right, so then we have, but on here, right, I just want the padding on .leading and .trailing. I don't want any padding on the top or the bottom. I might also do some actually on the top or .bottom. Perfect, let's try that. I think that's looking better. Awesome. And inside here, I type in blah, blah, blah. Then I want to change, of course, the foreground color. I don't want to have anything, and I want to set this color as well. Am I correct in saying that, or am I not? I think I am, actually. Says what? Yeah, 199, 200, 203. Is this supposedly 199, 200, 203? All right, well, whatever. No, this looks darker. It's a blended color. That'll do it. All right, let me try this real quick. I'm gonna have these guys along with the same time, please. Yeah. That's 124, 125, 130. Perfect. I knew there was something missing. Go back here. Bring back my code. Awesome. So sweet. Yeah, so this needs to be, where we could follow along. For those of us who joined, where can I find a replay of the session? I'd like to follow along from the beginning from now. The replay, so if you go on YouTube and watch, you can always rewind and then keep going. If you go on, so I will go on YouTube, and then you could also find them posted after the fact. And then I feel like I forgot the card that I wanted. 124, 125, 130. There you go. 124, 125, thank you, Todd, and 130. Sweet. Right. Let me go ahead and do that. So now, what are you doing back here? Okay, that's fine. We can do that. That's fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and copy this foreground color, and then also copy this foreground color down here. So it's a little bit easier to read, which I think is the goal. Awesome. Thank you for posting the YouTube link, by the way. I really appreciate that. All right, sweet. So we've got that. All right. Except I closed my other tab, which is unfortunate. Perfect. Okay, cool. So I've got my email here. All right, my password and everything else I need, which is awesome. Amazing. Not a problem. All right, obviously great. And then in here, right now I can type in, so check if valid email Swift UI. Awesome. So this would be like email validation. Okay, that sounds like a little bit too complicated right now. So we're going to go ahead and do here eventually, right? We'll do a to-do, add email address validation. All right, perfect. And then what we'll do next is we're going to go ahead and, excuse me, we're going to go ahead and add in a secure field. So secure field. And then we'll also do text. It's going to be .constant. We're going to do @state var $password is going to be a string. And text in here will be $password. Right, then as we go through here, then that's where we want to add in these modifiers as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see how that looks. I don't see why it wouldn't. Awesome. Here, when we type in, right, it shows up as the dots, which is obviously great. Sweet. And then what we're going to do is down here, add in a button that says, and then action and label, right? So action, label. So I want to do text that says forgot password. I need to resize this. Okay. Maybe. Okay, no, that means just going to be in my way. Very cool. So we'll do forgot password. Click here. Right, so then we've got that. And then this code for now will print to do add password reset. Then if we click on forgot password here, right, I want to change it so that it looks consistent with everything else. Right, this is medium. Check on this font. And then this is whatever that is in 31, 32, 41. Okay. So I want to do here. All right, so I'm going to do dot foreground color 31, 32, and 41. Then I want to do, really? That seems really blue. It seems like wrong blue. Maybe I'm just going crazy, but 31, 32, 41. I guess that is kind of blue, yeah. Oh, that looks much better now that I'm looking at it. Okay. Looked really blue for a second. I was like, can we have a show password icon in the secure field? I think so. Let me figure out how to do that. Show password in secure field SwiftUI. Let's figure that out. Okay, yeah, so it'll be, we would have to add a button. So let's work on that in a little bit, but I like that idea to do show password. Nice. Okay. Then from here, right, we're going to go ahead and try and create a button. So we're going to do forgot password, click here. Now we're also going to go ahead and change the font to be Poppins Medium and the size to be 12, right? So that makes it a little bit more consistent here, although I think the font size for this might be slightly larger. No, it's regular. Oh, we don't have that one yet. To Poppins regular.ttf. Perfect. Then we'll do Poppins regular down here. Awesome. And then we're going to go ahead and try and add in a button. I don't know what I'm doing here, guys, but I'm trying to learn. We're happy you're here, right? We're not, this is a fun place for us to try out stuff. Nothing crazy happening out here. So now what we're going to do is, I think, work on stylizing this our actual login button. All right, so log in. And then we will do, so I want to create a second button here that will, for now, do print. And then I want to do here, to do add password reset. Then here I will print to do add login workflow. Right, then down here we have to do add. This way we can just easily search for all of these. All right, and everyone can still see my screen. And then we need label down here, of course. Cool. Right, and then the label here will be a text login. And then, oh, let's see what it comes up with here. Aha, perfect. With.infinity, high.40. With.infinity, high.40. And it still didn't fill the background? Really? Padding, custom. Let me check out this. So, oh, I got a new font. I need semi-bold. Poppins, semi-bold, dot TTF. Let me rename it. TTF, perfect. And then in login view, right, we do semi-bold. Oh, it's semi-bold, like that, right? I wrote it like that. No, I didn't. Yeah. Let me change it. Come on, just let me change it. Semi-bold, perfect. Now if I go to login view, right, should look like so I want to fill up, add background or button size or width of screen. Swifty. We'll do that here, right? Is there a way to fix the button width? In Swift UI, you have here applying the background before you set the width. First apply with frame 40. Yeah. So forecast view. Extend the width of my view button UI component. Right? So what if I could do UI screen dot width, right? Or dot main dot bounds dot width minus 20 is 40 background, and then add in some rounded corner overlay. Top corner radius 8, right? That should do it. Sweet, that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Except I want to type the words in dot capital dot all caps font. How do I do that? Text defaults to upper key. Dot text case modifier dot lowercase uppercase. Oh no. Okay, perfect, right? So now that looks pretty solid, right? And then let's instead go ahead and add in a. All right, we're gonna go ahead and work on a line divider. And then outside of that, I want to add in a divider then here. And then I want to do dot foreground color. And then obviously use our, actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the orange. So we'll use our color here. And then I think I want to define a custom color to stop myself from copying and pasting the same color 27 million times over. Change divider. Swift UI. Yeah. Oh, so it's a background. right, so we're doing here, right, our width height is 1. That looks solid. Perfect. Let's go ahead and give this button on the bottom some padding, and then just on bottom, just to give it some more breathing room. Perfect. That's looking really good. And then what I want to do next is add in our sign in workflow. And then we'll do that. So we will do sign or registration. So add registration. Workflow, this would be sign up, right? We need padding on .top instead. Oh, hi, buddy. Dog is so cute. I think also maybe our forgot password. Taking a look at it. I don't think I like this bottom padding. Instead, I think I want to add the padding on our password reset. So do .padding, .bottom. Let's try that. I think that'll look better. Perfect. There we go. And then from here, now we'll do login sign up. And then we're going to do a nice little text view that says, but I want it to be in the same style as that one. We'll just go ahead and copy this. I'm going to go here. And then should be not leading alignment. I'm just going to be here, then for login here, right? Or for this button, we'll do Poppins regular size 12. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. So we'll do Poppins regular size 12. And then let's give you all a nice spacer right between these guys. That's too much spacer. Let's try to give a nice spacer at the top then as well. Just to spread it out a bit. Okay. That looks better. Still a little bit too cramped down here, so I might add in a third spacer down here. It's like, that's honestly too much space. So I just do like dot padding, dot bottom, do like 30. See how it feels. And just keep it in mind that it may look different on different size screens and everything else. Let's see here. Let's see what this looks like. Obviously, I'm going to change the text. Okay, sweet. And then we'll do by continuing. You are green. Okay, perfect. We're going to do by continuing, you agree to our terms of service and privacy policy. Perfect. Awesome. This looks pretty solid for a nice little launch screen UI, right? We've got Login Apply Plus, our nice little logo, right? Forgot password, type in an email, type in secure field. This is a functional button. This is a functional button. This is a functional button. By continuing, you agree to terms of service and privacy policy. Sweet. Let's go ahead and work on our registration view or our sign up view. So we'll go ahead and open up a new file here. I'm doing new file from template. I'm going to do Swift UI view, and I'm going to go ahead and create a sign up view here. Awesome. So now in here, right, what I'm going to do is go ahead and grab a lot of the very similar logic from here, from our body, right? So I'm going to go down here, go to sign up view, right? Going to keep everything from here, and then sign up. For Pet Plus, foreground color, pop print, email, password. Obviously, you did not forget your password if you're on this screen. So this is not an option. So then we do, here we'll do sign up. Sign in workflow. And here we do sign up. And then this is add navigation. And then here we'll do login. Perfect. I definitely need some padding on the bottom of this guy. Now, right, that looks a lot better, of course. Email, password. You can also do some padding on the top. Right down here, perfect. Or maybe not, actually, I'm looking at it. I'll just do down bottom here. Cool beans. All right. So can we code on Swift without Mac? You can code Swift without Mac. You cannot get Xcode without a Mac. So the limitations of what you can and cannot do is a little bit, like there are limitations. There are some things you just cannot do on a Mac. Like you can't run a simulator with an iPhone without a Mac. So you will not be able to build the app. Oh, what just happened? Whoa, that's weird. Okay, I don't know why, but I just froze for a second. You will not be able to actually compile the iOS app code, which is the kind of annoying part. For better or for worse, Apple's quite exclusionary in those policies. All right, sweet. So we have our login view and our sign up view. And then what I want to do next, I think, for building things out is build out our kind of home view. I'm going to close out a bunch of my extra tabs here. And then I want to create, so that would be in our dashboard view, right? Maybe, so in our dashboard view, I want to create a navigation bar that would let me go in between the 5 views on the bottom. Can I get some color constants be put into a styles file that is to share them between views and give them names like primary, secondary? Absolutely. That's actually a really good idea for someone for us to do right now. So let's go ahead and organize. Yeah, the general policy is yeah, there are way better ways to organize the colors, but because it's been a while since I've done a lot of these things, it's sometimes hard for me and takes a second for me to remember exactly what I'm doing, which is totally fine. So create an asset catalog. We can also define a color extension. So yeah, so that's what we'll do instead. We'll do in here, I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder called extensions. And in here, we'll go ahead and create a new file. Make it an empty file. We're just going to call it color plus extensions.swift. And then in here, we want to import Swift UI. Then we want to create extension of color, and then we will let primary be equal to I could also create a color asset, right? That could be another way to do it. Static let primary color will be equal to color, and then primary color, and then we will need, I think the only colors we're using right now, just to confirm, are the orange and the gray and the dark gray. So primary color, then static let accent color 1, or accent color light. We'll do accent color light, and then in here we'll do static let accent color dark be color accent color dark. Cool. So then to actually add them, we have to go to our assets folder, hit the plus button down here, get the color set, and then we will go ahead and be able to modify these guys. So I think we have to go in through here, and then yes, in here is where we do it. So I'm going to put an 8-point here, and then I need to actually grab it. So my primary is 245, 146, 69, I believe. So now we go back to assets, right? So we could rename this to be our primary color, right? This is universal. It's on every device. It appears in any mode, right? And then, right, so then will be in anything, localization, that doesn't matter. Not for our app, right? So we'll do 245, and then I remember the third number was 69. I do not remember what the second number was. 146. Cool. Assets 46 and finally 69. Right. And so that's just how we get our orange. And then we can in here, right, once again, do new color set. And we named it accent color light, right? So I'll have to go in here, go to assets, rename here. Perfect. Rename here. Do accent color light. We're doing it in none. So it's a universal color, and then the color that actually it is 124, 125, 130. 130, and then finally accent color dark is a 30 something, 30 something, 31, 32, 41. Perfect. And then we'll do in here, new color set, accent color dark. And I remember this one. And no, I don't want to localize. This is 31, 32, 41. Perfect. All right, so this is now our accent color. And then in our login view, now instead of calling color here, we want to do color name primary color. Or here we'll do accent color dark. And now when we refresh the page, it should look exactly the same. If I did it correctly. Invalid redeclaration of accent color dark. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Primary color, accent color light, accent color dark. Right? I already did that, right? Didn't I? Okay, maybe I just need to delete this file then. Let's try to see log view and see if this even works, right? Maybe I should have tried with a different color, not accent color dark, but I digress. We'll see if it works. And it's a nice cleanup change, so I'm glad that somebody suggested it. My little pup doing down here. Oh, you're sleepy. I'm going to try to change this to primary color just to see if it works. Before we get to overzealous, perfect. So that works great. So we don't even need that color extension files anymore. So we'll actually go ahead and delete this. Delete. Move to trash, please. Perfect. Awesome. So in here, wherever it says color, and in those exact words, I'm going to do a refactor. Extract all occurrences. And change this to be color. And then primary, wait. Ugh. Yeah. So refactor, extract all occurrences. Right. And then do color primary color. Although I don't know if that even worked. I think that caused more errors than it helped. So we're might have to just do it automatically here. So let's do a Command F, right? We're gonna look for everything that has the same color, right? We're gonna run a find and replace. So we're gonna instead replace this with color, primary color, and replace all of them. Let's see what happens. Right, we'll probably get an error somewhere along the way. Let's go ahead and try and see why. Give it a refresh. It's failing to build. Let's see errors. Primary color asset resolves a conflict. So let's go ahead and do assets here and rename this to, instead of primary color, we'll go ahead and do main color. All right, sweet. And now we need to continue that again, except everywhere where we said the word primary color, right? So we'll do Command F. Everywhere where we now say the word primary color, we now need to rename it to main color. Place all of these. And there we go. Perfect. Awesome. Looks much better. And then now everywhere that it has this color, which should be just this one place, I'm pretty sure, should be replaced with color, accent color dark. And then everywhere that has this color needs to be replaced with accent color light. And then replace all. Sweet. All right, so now we don't have the hex codes everywhere. I'm trying to clean that up. Looks nicer. Let's continue this process in signup view. All right, so we'll do a Command F, do a replace with this is going to be main color, replace all. Now on second glance, actually. No, undo. This will be accent color light. Replace all of these. Replace all of these with main color. And then replace all of these with accent color dark. Then we'll replace, perfect. Let's see here, email, password, right? Looks great, awesome. And we've kind of cleaned this up a little bit. Added our colors in here, which is a good start. You can also add in your Apple icon here in dark and tinted mode in lots of different formats, your accent color that you can also set universally, which is totally fine. And then we have our dashboard view, login view, of course, and all of that. So let's go ahead and try to refresh, make sure that app still loads. And then from here, right, we have our not working buttons, which is totally fine. And then from here, I think what we can start on is probably displaying our nice little layout of the dashboard view. So what I want to start is going to be a little image. So we're going to do, I want to make a tab bar on the bottom of a middle tabs, but slightly higher. Just not necessarily very complicated to do. It'll just take a little bit extra legwork. And apologies in advance because my dog has somehow gotten himself tangled in my chair, which is a skill in and of itself, I must admit. But it's okay because you're a cutie, so it's fine. Hi. All right, amazing. Yes. No. Oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all can spot him in the corner, but he is a very cute boy. Yes, you are. Anyway. Apparently I've cut out. That's fine. All right, welcome back. Anyway, as I was saying, I want to create a tab bar with raised middle section. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do, you're all stuck. Yeah, there you go. So let's go ahead and create a nice tab bar. Okay, cool. So, okay, so what I think I'm going to do here is create a new file still. I'm going to do views, file, new file from template, and I'm going to just make this be the tab views, Swift UI view, and I'm going to rename this to be refactor, rename. I'm going to call this my main tab view. Perfect, sweet. So now we've got this, right? And here is where we're going to create our actual main tab view. So we've got var struct main table view, and we're going to create a state variable that is private, that hosts our selection, which will be of a type integer and set equal to 0. Cool. And then if our body is of some view, then I will have my Z stack. And then alignment will be dot bottom. Content will be down here. Then here I will create a tab view, right, where selection will be $ selection, and content will be the code that I add. And in here, I want to do, we'll do dashboard view to start. let's try this. We're going to try just to link to the dashboard view for now. So to do, replace dashboard views with custom views for now. So now we're just going to link to dashboard view 5 times. So dashboard view dot tab item label, which we'll add in a second, dot tag, and that is just 0 to start. Cool. Tab item here, and I had these laid out in the order that I want them written down: food, exercise, home, services, profile. So tab item, and this we're going to create a label that will have a dashboard and a system image. So this should say food. And then I do want to go to the library, so that will be view, show library. I want to look for food. We'll do fork, knife, circle, fill. I think is a great option here. So system image, fork, knife, circle, fill. Let's go ahead and refresh this preview and see what craziness happens. I have no clue what this even going to look like, to be completely honest with you. But I guess we'll find out. I mean, tabby, right? Well, I can't see much of anything down here if I'm supposed to. Might need to change the dot foreground color to our color named primary color, or main color, sorry. Let's see. No, still can't read much of anything. Okay, well, I guess we'll find out whether this actually even works. So tab view, and then okay, so we have dashboard view here. So this is food for our first one. Then for our second one, we have exercise. And then for that one, I want a different system image. I will go to the library, do run. Yeah, figure, run, circle, fill, perfect. And then we will do home is our largest button, so we're going to skip that one because we do that one later. And then we'll do a spacer, tab item, the empty view. Okay, hold on. Dot tag 1, right, then dot tag 2 here. Then again, dashboard view. Then we'll do our services, and then system image. I want to find a new system image. So help person. So figure. We might do Rick. Let's do this one. Sorry, my little dog fell asleep under the desk. It's very cute. Oh shoot, hold on. Is the stream cutting out? That's really weird. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if y'all lost me there for a second or didn't, but I couldn't see my stream for a minute. Okay. Then we have tag 3 here. And then finally, we'll have another dashboard view. That should say tag 4 here. That should have profile. Oh, but if I'm doing services as circle fill. If I'm doing services here, then I want to use a different image for services here. So I'm going to go and try to find a good image, show a good image here for services. Let's do search. Magnifying glass circle fill. Might be a good option. Cool. All right, let's try that. Okay. So what we're going to do is then down here, we're going to create a button. And we're going to just do nothing in it. And it'll be, say, label. And then here, it'll be image. Then it should say system name is equal to, and then this will be the home one. So I need to find the name of it in the library. Sure, library, home, house circle fill, perfect. And then this will be dot tint color dot white, please, for now. And then let's do dot frame to width is 50, height is 50, and then dot background is color named main color, and then dot clip shape dot circle, and then we want to do down here dot ignores safe area, or I'm going to do actually house, I think. Cool. Dot fonts dot large type thing. Title. Try that. And then I wonder why the tab item is not showing up then. Tab view dot tab item. So I wonder if it's because of the color here. Like, what if I change the foreground color here? I mean, but I'm not seeing anything. But of course, our button looks great, right? Because, yeah, so then dot ignore safe area dot keyboard. Then to dot on change of selection. Then we'll do selection, new value in, if new value is equal to 2, self dot selection equals selection. Okay, interesting. All right, let's check on this. Selection, new value in. Huh, okay. You know what? We're not going to worry too much about it. But why is my tab view not showing at all? So main tab views view. Right tab view selection content view. Right tab item. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Trying to figure out how to do this. So instead of foreground color here, I need to try, this will be profile. Then I need to try down here, right on the tab view. Let me find the tab view here. All right, let's try this. I'm still not seeing anything in the actual tabs, right? So. Well, that didn't work the way that it was supposed to, which is kind of sad. Just to confirm this then, the tab view, yeah. I'm gonna try to press run here and see whether it actually does what it's supposed to do. Interesting. I've given myself more problems, I think, than I initially anticipated, which is fine, but obviously not ideal. All right, I'm loading my simulator right now. So hopefully I can enter my app, right? I'll go ahead and try to enter the app. It's in dark mode, great. Just a black screen to start. That's cool too, I guess. Let's see. Simulator's running and running and running. Let's see. Do I have to be on a Mac to join this? You don't have to be on a Mac, but you're gonna have a hard time coding along with us and running the app if you are not, unfortunately, which is, kind of whatever floats your boat. You're always welcome though to be here, even if something doesn't work. Why do I feel like this is not working? What if I define an accent color here? So if I define the accent color as the same orange, right? If I do that, will that work? $245, 146, 69, right? 241, 146, 69. Cool. There we go. All right, so that's our accent color. Now if we go into the main tab view, right? Theoretically, you should be able to see it. Theoretically. I don't think it's actually going to work. I'll be really surprised if it actually does what I want it to do. Because I don't think it's working, but you know what? Fingers crossed, I guess. I don't think it's... Okay, it's stuck on the phone. I'm giving up on the phone here. I'm trashing that. Okay. How do I create a tab view? Maybe let me just start create a tab view. Let's just start with a tab view and then we'll go from there. Let me get rid of the Z stack alignment portion real quick. And then all of this about the ignore safe area and the on change and the corresponding, just these things, right? Let's try that. Theoretically, right? We also remove the button here, right? And then now I'm getting an error, right, of some sort. Where's my error? Preview. Whatever. I think it commented out in too many parts. That's fine. Let's give it a try here, right? So I've commented out this button. I'm still not seeing anything. I'm going to get rid of the selection. Main tab view. Right, tab view here. No things. Dot tab item. I wonder why this is not working. I might just have to start over at this part. I think I'm going to trash this. I have to just start it in dashboard view and see if it works here. So if I want to create a tab view here, right? And then I wanted to say let's say, out of curiosity, like just to start, just to humor me, we're going to try tab item, and then label. All right, I'm just going to try this to see what happens. Okay, wait, why is it creating 7 million login tabs though? Why did it do that? That's really weird. Okay. But what if I just linked it to, let's say, an empty view, right? Just to start. And I said .tab item. Oh, nothing happens. So it's because there's nothing that it's pointing to. So I would need to make the files first, and then I can actually, oh, okay. That actually makes a lot of sense. So let's go ahead and make some files then. We have time, barely. I also kind of got rid of the part I shouldn't have. So just undo all this part. No, don't undo this part. I'm gonna recover my file from the trash. Can I do by date added into the very bottom today? Where's my file? Oh no. I should have just kept it. Date created. Because it was definitely created today. And I deleted it. Oh, main tab view. Perfect. Found it. So I need to drag it out of the trash. Oopsies. Just drag this on here. So can I please have these two things come back? Can I at the very least like drag it into here somewhere? Or do I need to find it now wherever I put this file? Documents, sure. I think it's in my computer here, and then MLH, and then Pet Plus. Perfect. So MLH, Pet Plus, main tab views. All right, we're in. Okay, perfect. So now we have this guy, right? And that's because I forgot to change the names back here. Dashboard view, sweet, that's fine. But instead of dashboard view here, I want to just create some text that says home view or home or food. Then I want this one to say exercise. Then I want this one to say nothing. Then I want this one to say services. Then I want this one to say profile. Right? Perfect. Awesome. That looks great. Then I want to comment this back in. I might have an extra brace somewhere because of this whole mess. Let me try and remove that. Oh, wait, no, I know why. My Z stack is still commented on, and so is this guy. Let's comment everything back in. And we should have a nice little tab view, right, with the home on the bottom. And then I think I want some, yeah, I think that looks great, honestly. Food, exercise, services, profile. And then when the button is clicked, right, here, I don't want to go to a spacer. I want to go to a text that says, or no. Yeah, I want to say text that says home, right? So food, exercise, services, profile. Or maybe that's not working the way that should be. So maybe where here where it says tab item, no, that's fine. Text profile. I think that this will be where it goes to I'll just say text. Home. No, I think we'll just link the text shop will, all right. Exercise, service profile. Yeah, I don't know how to get it go back to the homepage here. I'm gonna have to figure this out. This is spacer, right? And then probably text and home, right? Or is that gonna mess with it? I feel like it's gonna mess with it. Yeah, it's messing with it. Right, and now if I comment on the button, out of curiosity, what will happen, right? I'll have added a home thingy for me that's an empty view. But when I press that, that's home, right? So I think what I want to do then is add in this button actually on the top. Then put the empty view over it. Yeah, so for some reason I can't click on this home button, so I need to research that a little bit more. But now is probably a pretty solid point to stop this. I'm going to go ahead and open up a terminal window and then go to CD, documents. And then CD LH, CD Pet Plus, git add all, git commit -m part 1 progress, and then go ahead and push that up. Sweet. And git push. Sweet, looks good, right? So we've got our changes pushed up and we've got everything wrapped up here for the most part, right? Just got our everything pushed here. And yeah, relatively productive. Did not get done as much as I wanted to, but I think that's every stream. At this point, let's do a couple things before we end off. First of all, I'm going to give shout out to our next stream coming on in, looks like just a little over an hour. Warshing is going to be back with AI Dev Tools 101. So make sure you go ahead and join her over at here on Twitch or on YouTube and check in using her link. I'm sure she'll post an announcement in the chat, but that will be right at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And then I will be back with this part 2 of this stream on Wednesday. So you'll be able to see me there. As always, thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to leave feedback for us for this stream specifically, make sure you give me feedback at mlh.link/GHW feedback. Always helps me make these streams more fun and enjoyable and exciting for you all. And I will see you all in 2 short days for part 2 and our last stream of Global Hack Week season launch from me. So on that note, thank you all so very much for coming, and I'm going to go ahead and head out. Make sure you give us some feedback and some love, and bye everybody.